earth. They've got very little margin for error the rest of the way.
Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. George Hill out there with Ellis. Then there's Maurice Spates. Then there's Lavoy Allen. And it's George in at the 3.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
The Nets shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
You know, Kevin, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago.
First one falls for. In for Johnson. Freak comes in for Wayne Ellington. And Jared Jack is subbed in for Donald Sloan. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Indiana. Hill comes in for George. Now, here is Young. Turned in an outstanding game against Chicago. Kicks it to Jack. 6 on the shot clock. Thaddeus Young on the wing. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. Young's got 5. Here's Hill. Spates with a screen on Jack. Hill drives in. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Puts it up from 17. Lopez with the block. And now Jack pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And the shot is good. Jack's got his first 2 points.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Brooklyn Nets.
And even look at the stats for Hill. Last year, getting it done. 13th in steals. And he also finished in the top 20 of the assist rankings, making plays for others and making his teammates better.
And as we saw last year, I mean, a difficult guy to run the offense against, constantly jumping the passing lanes.
Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with head coach Nate McMillan. And Doris, what did he tell you?
I asked him about the matchup problems created by a player like Andrea Bargnani, a 7-foot sharpshooter. He said he can give us problems, no doubt. It's tough to really bother that shot, and he can also put it on the deck and drive. We've got to just get into his body, try to make him a facilitator rather than a scorer. Kevin, we'll see if they're successful.
Thank you, Doris. And so here is Indiana, following the bucket by the Nets. Hill kicks to Spates. Here's Ellis. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Right now, let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see the teams that really knew how to clog the passing lanes last season. The Pacers in 5th.
You could tell by watching them how much they enjoyed playing defense. They seem to have an endless reserve of energy flying around and pressuring the basketball.
No good from Jack.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
The drive by Hill. And once again off the mark by Indiana. Brooklyn leading by 6. And Jack kicks to Bargnani. Lopez passes to Freak. And he gets it to go. Freak's got his first basket of the night.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better wrap. Soon, because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint. I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while. I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Thomas Robinson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Young. The Pacers also changing it up. Turner comes in for Maurice Spates. And Porter subbed in for Monte Ellis. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Now, here's Porter. Turner with the screen for Hill. They need this. And he hits the jump shot. Hill's got 6.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Bargnani, a screen on Hill. And Jack, here we go. Here's Bargnani. Drops it in from 14 feet away. And the Nets lead by 9.
You know, usually teams go on runs, and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks. But that's not the case here.
Well, it's about rhythm, and they put this run together on the strength of their mid-range jump shot. They might as well be layups with the way they're shooting.
And he gets the bucket.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Now here's Freak, guarded by Porter. Freak dishes to Bargnani. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
The Nets have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
Taking 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Bargnani. Bargnani hits them both.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
Now here is Hill. 6 points for him. Shoots from the right block. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Hill's got 8.
He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
Robinson a screen on Hill. And Jack kicks to Robinson. And a great assist by Jack as that one goes in.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
Pick up by Hill. Hill against Jack. Outside Hill. Jack with the rebound.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Knocks it loose. 1:43 left to play in the first quarter. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
And already we've got a very lopsided edge on the boards for them.
Yeah, +5, as you mentioned. That didn't take very long, did it?
There's Hollis Jefferson, and that one is stuffed right through.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Brooklyn Nets.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hear the advice Lionel Hollins gave to his team during that last break. He went over the offensive plan and said that it hinges on running through Robinson. Coach wants to get him involved early so he can establish a strong presence at that end of the floor and provide them with a well-balanced offensive attack. It's still very early in this game, so there's plenty of time for those changes to take effect, Kevin.
And thank you, Doris. Now, here is Hill. 8 points for him. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Here's Porter. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Brooklyn Nets come into this one after a win against the Bulls.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
29 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Hill against Jack. Feeds to Freak. Picked by Bargnani. Freak kicks to Robinson. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Lets it go from 11. Shot is off.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Brooklyn Nets.
And talk to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to hear someone say what he can't do.
I think I had that all my life.
And Monte Ellis is still trying to prove people wrong now in Dallas after their quick exit from the playoffs a season ago. Clark, it's been a decade in the league now for this very talented guard.
And you know, that kind of relentless determination is really something Monte is known for, and one of the reasons he has been around for 10 years in the NBA as a consistently good player and lethal scorer.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Just the start they're looking for in this game. Solid offensively through the first.
Very crisp and sharp, not much stagnation at all on offense.
On the court for Indiana, they've got Turner. Paul George is out there with Allen. And there's Hill. And it's Ellis at the shooting guard position.
What a passing display he has put on here tonight.
Yeah, he's spoiling us, Craig. I mean, there's just another fantastic dime drop right there. That one certainly should make the highlight reel.
Here's Hill, following the basket by Thomas Robinson. Ellis can't get it to go.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there. I'm sure you appreciate it.
And the call will go against Thomas Robinson. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
The Nets making a switch here. Sloan's checked in, and the Pacers also making a change. Spates checked in for Turner. So it's Brooklyn now, following the miss by Ellis from deep. There's a screen by Robinson. Johnson, the pass to Freak. Lopez sets a screen for Freak. Robinson, and he uses the glass on the layup. Robinson's got the lead up to 11 now for the Nets.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And really, there is no resistance defensively right now. It is just far too easy.
Now here's Ellis. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Orlando.
And also 3 steals, so he showed some grit and determination on the defensive side.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for Brooklyn?
Boy, they've really amped.
Group substitution here for Brooklyn. Bargnani is checked in for Lopez. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Johnson. Freaks checked in for Wayne Ellington. And Jarrett Jack is subbed in for Donald Sloan. Outside Hill. Plays it up and banks it in. Nets leading by 10. There's a good screen. Freak sets a screen for Jack. He kicks to Freak. On deep. It's rebounded by Indiana. Hill's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Now Myers. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. No one near Turner as he lets it go. Porter dishes to Hill. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Now a whole lot dropping out there for them.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Over to the left wing. And Turner kicks to Porter. Lets the three fly, and the shot is good. Porter's got 7.
A wide-open three. They need much better communication defensively.
And Jack, here we go. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated. Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
And Miles kicks to Hill. Pass to Hill. Pick up by Hill. And stolen by Freak. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's guarded by Hill. Pick by Bargnani. Here's Freak. Cannot hit. So Indiana will take it the other way. Last time they met was in Indiana.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
Clearly, that was the overriding factor. A double-digit advantage on the board. They just pounded them inside. Boy, they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash-mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Down low, it's deflected. Bargnani kicks to Freak. It's on Turner from the high post.
Let's go.
Freak's got 5 now.
He could have forced a tough inside shot, but made a terrific kick out to find the open jumper instead.
Porter with it. He's got 7. Clock at 6. Goes up on the high post. And again, it's Indiana. Nets leading by 7. Outside Jack.
Move the ball.
He dishes it to Freak. A screen on Porter. Freak kicks to Bargnani. The kick out to Young. There's the screen. Shot off the screen. And he gets it to go. 9 points in the game so far.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Here is Miles, defended by Jack. Hill, no good. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. And a wide-open look for Freak. And that's collected by Hill. Hill's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Passes to Porter. Hill up top. Shoots from the line. And no good trying to get that one. That'll do it for the first half. Brooklyn ahead, up by 9. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by.
Well, you've been consistently able to find the open man through the first 2 quarters. What have you seen that you've been able to exploit in this defense?
I don't really think I've seen much to exploit. Really, it's just been about all keeping the ball moving and letting my teammates make the plays I know they can make. I'm sort of lucked into a lot of assists that way.
Your decisions have been on.
Okay, guys, listen up. We've got a good lead, but lots of basketball left to play. We got a spectacular boost from the guys coming off the bench, and that's huge because it should leave us with nothing but fresh legs as we get deep into this game. I will point out that all the steals we got in that half as something we can build on. We pestered them with our D. That was great. All right, we're in good shape, but this is a strong team we're up against. We're going to have to weather some storms in the second half. Come on, fellas. We got this. Ladies and gentlemen,
The second half just about to get going here.
Boy, it's been a great game for Johnson tonight. He's got 10 points, and when it comes to rebounding, he's had a nice night there, too.
He's not afraid to mix it up there in the middle, getting in there and doing a lot of the dirty work.
So for the Nets, Thomas Robinson, he's checked in for Young. Freak comes in for Wayne Ellington. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Donald Sloan. Freak in at shooting guard. Robinson is out there with Brook Lopez. Then it's Johnson, and it's Jack in at the point guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Bulls delivered quite a performance. He had 18 points and played some lockdown defense as well, causing havoc on both ends of the floor. We could see his role in this offense expand if he puts together more games like this one, guys.
Great, Doris. Thanks. Any chance we see him top that performance right here tonight?
You know, I can't imagine he'd be able to pull off that kind of an outing 2 games in a row. But, hey, that's what the truly great ones are capable of doing.
Boy, even if he came close to matching it, that would be really impressive. But I tell you, that's asking an awful lot of one guy. His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Here's the screen.
Get the ball inside.
Jack against Hill. There's a screen by Robinson. And it's Johnson penetrating. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
A chance here now to see how the Nets ranked in the NBA last season. 8th in opponent offense, 9th in free throw percentage. And they were in the top half of the league in fewest turnovers. Not bad, but certainly they'd like to be better.
And back to their ranking in terms of opponents' points per game. Kind of an old school stat, but sometimes pace of play can factor in. But make no mistake, they made things difficult for their opponents.
And the first one drops. The Nets making a switch here. Bargnani's checked in. And the Pacers also making a change. Hill's checked in. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Turner with a screen for Ellis. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Ellis has got 13.
Not phased at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Outside, George. That's good. George has got 6 points in the quarter.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring.
Johnson outside. Here's the 3. Now that is his 7th field goal in 10 tries. He's shooting a very good 70%.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end. They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Nets passing it around. Bargnani has screen on Ellis. Freak with it, picked up by Ellis. 6 on the shot clock. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Nets.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
And, guys, I think you've got to give them credit for the number of steals they've taken away. I mean, a lot of effort on the defense from them tonight.
Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Joe Johnson. Indiana also making some changes. Hill is checked in for George, and Porter subbed in for Ellis.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Porter, and it comes off the front of the rim. Nets leading by 15. Freak kicks to Bargnani. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Bargnani's got 6 points.
The shooting percentage continues to elevate here in the second half.
Well, as a group, they've been harmonic since the break. In sync. Good team basketball, resulting in high-quality shots.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Brooklyn's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Jack passes to Freak. And the pass to Hollis Jefferson. 6 on the shot clock. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Jack inside the line, and it falls over the rim and in. 13 points in the game.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Here's Hill. Drains it from 17 feet out.
And a big height advantage right there.
You know, it's tough to bring a big man that far away from the goal, but that might be a mismatch they're willing to live with.
Picked by Bargnani.
Move the ball. It's sticking too much.
Jack dishes to Freak. And there's Bargnani on the assist by Freak. Bargnani's got 8.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Jack against Hill. Here's Porter. Brooklyn with the rebound. 1:43 left in the third quarter. Lets it go from deep. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Let's go.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
And Turner kicks to Hill. On the wing, Hill. Outside Hill. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Bargnani.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at him.
Bargnani is screen on Porter. Freak passes to Bargnani. There's the dish to Freak. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Deep 2 from Robinson. Misses off the right iron. Indiana's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Hill with it. Robinson picks him up. They set the screen. Hill dishes to Turner. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 5 assists in the game.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
Jack against Hill. And Jack kicks to Freak. And that one hits back iron. Pacers trail by 20. Outside Hill. All sorts of time. Porter, no luck. And here's Freak. Gets it off. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up. Turner's checked in for Spates. Hill comes in for C.J. Miles. And George Hill's subbed in for Monte Ellis. On the court for Indiana. George Hill at the 1, Paul George at the 2. Hill is out there with Allen, and it's Turner in at the 5. Out left to the wing. Here's Sloan, and Turner with the block.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Brooklyn.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
And after losing the first of this 4-game season series, they've gotten their revenge tonight, evening things up 1-1 with 2 games left to play against the Pacers.
And if you had to pick one player, guys, who would take over, few would have picked his name. But tonight was the night for Freak. He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again. They clearly look like a different team now. Suddenly, they've got some energy out on the floor.
Yeah, but it's come a little too late to have a real impact on the game, though. We call this box score window dressing. All it's going to do is make the numbers look a little better than it was.
The shot by George, wide open. The rebound by the Nets. 22 is their biggest lead. Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Hill. Now here's Freak. Robinson sets a screen for Freak. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one.
Kevin, we have Brooke Lopez with us.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward. Freak. He knew he had this sort of game in it, but tonight he showed all the rest of us he could do. Maybe this is the start of a bright new chapter for him.
Seeing Freak dominate the way he did tonight reminded me of.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And it is Wizard basketball tonight as the Washington Wizards go up against the Brooklyn Nets. Fans and the coaching.
Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Wizards team. Washington's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And Augustine kicks to Wall. No good. Jack with the defensive effort. Brooklyn trailing. Freak with it. His last outing, he had 8 points. To the inside, Bargnani. The shot goes down and he gets this game back to even. Bargnani's got his first points in this one. Now, here's Wall. And he banks in the layup.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it. He made it look easy that time.
Let's take this chance to showcase the top setup man at the small forward position in the NBA. Freak third.
The passes we've seen some of these guys make from the wing, just out. Distributors.
I tell you what, you could put the isolated cam on these guys and you would notice how flawlessly they execute those entry passes. They create so many easy baskets in the low post because of how on time and on target those feeds are.
Right side Robinson. Jack passes to Freak. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hollis Jefferson. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Hollis Jefferson's got himself on the board with 3 there. And here's Augustine. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against New Orleans. He kicks to Laverne. He feeds it to Wall. Lets a floater go, and the layup is up and in. Wall's got 8.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
I caught up with Coach Randy Whitman. I asked him about the matchup problems created by a player like Andrea Bargnani, a 7-foot sharpshooter. He said he can give us problems, no doubt. It's tough to really bother that shot, and he can also put it on the deck and drive. We've got to just get into his body, try to make him a facilitator rather than a scorer. Kevin, we'll see if they're successful.
Thank you, Doris. Goes up on the block. No good. And it's Washington the other way. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And, you know, you hate to use this word, but I really felt like it was a sorry effort that they put forth on the defensive side.
Boy, that's pretty harsh from you, Greg, but you're right. I mean, too many times we saw them slow to set up and get on D or late on their rotation, and they paid a big price for it.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
That mid-range shot has been a weapon for them up to this point, fellas.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too. Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
Pass to Augustine. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Augustine's got himself on the board with 3 there. Now here's Freak. He's guarded closer.
Move the ball. Stick it
To the paint, Oubre with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Wall's got it. The fast break chance. No good. And Brooklyn will come the other way. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Yeah, the bench production in that game was terrific. Points from multiple sources.
Yeah, everybody that stepped on the floor played and made a contribution, and that's always a positive thing.
Payne with a screen for Augustine. The feed to Wall. Inside, here's Laverne. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
No good from Jack.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Outside, Wall. From 20 feet out. Again, the miss by Wall.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Robinson dishes to Freak. Freak sets a screen for Jack. Passes it to Freak. It's rebounded by John Wall. Wizards leading by 4. 1:14 left in the first. There's a screen. Oubre kicks to Laverne. Out to the right wing. 6 to shoot. The 15-footer. Oubre can't get it to go.
You love the closeout on that possession.
Excellent defense. Active, and he made it a very tough shot for him.
Bargnani passes to Freak. The tray. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
All with it. Out defended by Freak. Pulls up on the wing. Wall. That's good. Wall's got 10.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Jack dishes to Freak. There's 21 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
First trip to the line for him here.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
You know, guys, when you look at those numbers last year for him, I think it does affect how much you're willing to go after contact because you're a little fearful of getting to the foul line unless you're in the and one situation. Too many trips to the line when you shoot it as poorly as he does actually can hurt you.
The dish to Augustine. Oubre, no one around him. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Wizard. And an exciting young backcourt in Washington with John Wall and Bradley Beal. Wall said that Beal is... you think John Wall's hungry for a championship in D.C.?
Yeah, I would certainly think. Well, not really. I've seen that dude eat exactly the way John described it. And it is an unbelievable sight to behold. You literally cannot comprehend how anybody could scarf up that much food and still hoop.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Wizards, guys.
Well, they've dictated tempo with their defense and been able to force some turnovers.
Yeah, and you know, they've also done a good job, Greg, on their end of the floor by not throwing the ball away.
Taking a look at the Wizards. Nene and Gortat team up in the paint. DJ Augustine out there with Gary Neal. And it's Dudley in at small forward.
And with a quick break in the action, here's some numbers for Brook Lopez. First in blocks, and he's right there among the most efficient scorers in our league. 3rd overall in field goal percentage.
Boy, and he's been a human highlight reel all season. Clearly the best shot blocker in the game right now.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. The Wizards shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. That's good for Neal. Bogdanovich is checked in for the Nets. Nets trail by 5. And Jack kicks to Freak. There's the killer 2-handed slam.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Here's Neal. Kicks the paint. Here's Neal. 6 points for him. Clock at 4. And Payne slams it in.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
And Jack kicks to Freak. Washington with the rebound.
That's really too easy a chance to miss, guys. He needs to be more aggressive and focused on his finishes.
It's Wall with the drive. And stolen by Freak. Robinson sets a screen for Freak. At the elbow, it's Robinson. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
To the wing right side. Here's Neal. He dishes it to Payne. And he gets it to go. Payne's got the lead up to 5 now for Washington.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
That's good.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
And Wall. Here we go now. Here's Neal. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Wall's got his 7th assist here tonight.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Brooklyn, right now they're in 7th in the conference, looking to build on their record. And, of course, the Washington Wizards, 4.5 games behind.
And, well, for Washington, so far it looks like the adjustments they've made in the offseason aren't going to produce the desired effect.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think the plan they have in place is going to get it done. This season could be another long, slow journey through the NBA cellar.
Nets trail by 5. And Jack kicks to Freak. We've got 1:48 left in the first half. And now here comes Wall leading the break. In the corner, Neal with it. Sinks the triple. Neal's
didn't have as much success in the first quarter, but with this lead, they're looking to extend it with the three-point shot.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pacers made some terrific plays. He finished with 8 points and also had an incredible amount of assists, really setting his teammates up every minute on the court. This was just the game he needed to snap the cold spell he was in. That has to be a major relief for his team, guys.
Great, Doris. Thanks. Any chance we see him top that performance right here tonight?
You know, I can't imagine he'd be able to pull off that kind of an outing 2 games in a row. But, hey, that's what the truly great ones are capable of doing.
Boy, even if he came close to matching it, that would be really impressive. But I tell you, that's asking an awful lot of one guy.
And the foul called on Freak. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Already he's looking at his 3rd foul. I think the coach will probably look to sit him down until the 3rd quarter.
There's 48 seconds left to play here in the 2nd quarter. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. And we've reached.
Well, the offense has obviously been a struggle. What do you think you can do better to make up ground on them?
Now the second half about to start up and begin. And Brooklyn making a change here. Freaks checked in. And then for Washington, Vitor Favarani's checked in for Gortat. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Gary Neal. Freak in at shooting guard. Young is out there with Johnson. Then it's Donald Sloan. And it's Lopez in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the Nets 5. While there's a chance, let's show you the teams that have thrived on the fast break this season. The Nets second.
You know, it's an entertaining style of play. And look, I mean, those are the baskets you want if you've got the legs for it. Scoring becomes a lot easier.
And Sloan kicks to Lopez. Rebounded by Dudley. Dudley's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Out to the wing. Here's Nene. Good D by Lopez. Nets trail by 3.
You got it. Let's get the ball
Johnson, the
inside.
pass to Freak. Young sets a screen for Freak. Sloan in the corner. Shot clock at 5. Dishes it to Freak. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And that one's good. That's 12 points for Brook Lopez.
Well, I tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
And Wall kicks to Dudley. Back to Wall. Got a piece of it.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Here's Young. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Nets.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Jack's checked in.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Here's Freak, and it's in off the backboard. Freak's got the lead up to 1 now for the Nets.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Favarani kicks to Augustine. Wall wide open. Wall with another miss.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Get the ball inside.
Freak dishes to Lopez. And Jack, here we go. And he gets it to go. And it's a 3-point Nets lead. Washington's gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Wall's shot is off.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Here's Freak. Goes back up. It's deflected, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nene. Bargnani is checked in for the Nets. Robinson comes in for Thaddeus Young. And then for Washington, Adrian Payne comes in for Nene. And Oubre subbed in for Jared Dudley. Freak passes to Jack, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Having a chance to get a glimpse at how the Wizards are doing. It's still early in the season. Let's see where they rank in the stats. 13th in blocks, 14th in field goal percentage, and they're in the top half of the league in fewest turnovers. When you can be in that company, you're giving yourself a chance to be a winning team.
Hollis Jefferson's checked in for the Nets. And Wall kicks to Payne, and he gets it to go. Payne's got 6.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
Now here's Freak, covered by Wall. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And Washington called for the foul.
They've been ineffective in this one. Just no slowing down for Freak. 12 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
Augustine dishes to Oubre. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
It's his first trip to the line.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Guys, When you compare against last year, I mean, this season has been a pretty painful drop-off in his free throw numbers. I mean, he's not making the key chances he's getting at the foul line.
The first free throw is good. And both free throws good for Oubre. The Nets with the lead. Now Jack, 5 points in the game.
Move the ball. It's sticking too much.
And the pass to Bargnani. Unloads from 13. And good. He got the English that time as it falls. Bargnani's got 6.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game. He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just one in the first.
Freak passes to Bargnani. Banked in off the glass. And now a 6-point Brooklyn lead.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Augustine with it. He's got 5. Payne with a screen for Augustine. They get it back. Favarani. Now here's Oubre to the wing on the left. And stolen by Freak. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And Jack kicks to Freak. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Boy, I love the great assist that time by Jack.
Wizards trail by 8. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
They set the pick. Augustine dishes to Favarani. Stolen by Bargnani. And here is Jack. He's got 5. And Freak gets it to go on the assist from Jack. And that's now 18 points for Freak. Washington has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Wall makes it off the glass.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Picked by Bargnani. Here's Freak. 18 points for him.
Move the ball. It's sticking too much.
Hollis Jefferson passes to Bargnani. And he gets the bucket. Bargnani's got the lead up to 10 now for the Nets.
Sound offensively. Really no other way to put it here in the second half.
There's really no comparison between the teams in terms of the way they've both shot the ball since the break.
And Augustine kicks to Wall. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine. Augustine's got his 4th assist in this one. Jack dishes to Freak. But they'll get another chance. Favarani with the steal. 1:12 left in the third quarter. Fires the 3. And the shot is good. Now just a 5-point Nets lead.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Brooklyn Nets.
Well, among the centers and power forwards of the NBA, these are the players with the softest touch. Percentages for the big men. Bargnani is second. Brook Lopez third.
And it's one thing to be able to create high-quality shots for yourself, but you still have to finish. And there's no doubt all those guys can do both.
Yes, sir. I mean, these guys make the most of every one of their easy opportunities. Missing layups is simply not part of their routine.
Now here's Freak. He's covered closely. 4 seconds left. Gortat with the block. It's stolen by Jack. Pass to Freak. Robinson a screen on Gortat. Freak passes to Robinson. No good.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Guys, they've been getting it done.
They sure have been. I mean, really looking good and sharp offensively.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Here's Neal. 1 second left, and he didn't get quite enough under that. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Young's checked in for Bargnani, and Freak subbed in for Johnson. Then for the Wizards, Vitor Favarani's checked in for Nene. Laverne comes in for Jared Dudley, and Oubre subbed in for Gary Neal. Taking a look at the Wizards, they've got Laverne. Gortat is out there with Vitor Favarani. Then there's Oubre, and it's Augustine in at point. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Favarani, and another miss by Washington.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
And Young with the stuff.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
And Augustine kicks to Laverne. Makes it off the glass.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
Feeds to Freak. There's 1:54 left to play in the final quarter. Lopez sets a screen for Freak. Off the pick. And the dunk by Lopez.
Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that basket.
Now Augustine. Here's Laverne. That's in. Augustine with the assist. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Sloan dishes to Lopez. Pulls up on the elbow. Shot is no good. Now Washington takes it the other way. Here's Laverne. Rebounded by the Nets. Lopez has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession.
Got sloppy in a close game. You have to take advantage of every opportunity.
And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Nene, he's checked in for Vitor Favarani. Dudley comes in for Laverne. Gary Neal's checked in for Oubre. And it's John Wall in for Augustine. Wizards passing it around. Here's Nene. Yes! And that shot brings them to within just one.
As clutch a shot as I have ever seen.
In a word, gutsy.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
And Sloan kicks to Freak. Shot clock at 6. Right wing. Over to the wing. Here's Bogdanovich. Misses the 3. On offense, here are the Wizards. Outside, Wall. He kicks it to Gortat. Nene down low. Young's there. Nene, the screen. Here's Neal. It's good!
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
It's our time. It's our time. We are so close to closing this one out. Freak, you're the hot hand. So let's get him the ball.
Eight seconds left in the fourth quarter. To the middle, dives for it, stolen by Doug. And so it's Washington who scraped by with the win. this win such a tremendous emotional boost for him?
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
I'm here with John Wall, and congratulations on the win. And for you personally, John, what was your approach offensively?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, John Wall. He had a double-double and made a huge difference tonight. He never let up, and his performance really inspired the rest of his team. Let's go to Shaq. What can you say about his performance?
There are two types of point guards, Ernie. Kenny would know nothing about that.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening.